Huh? Oh. Oh shit. Uh, yeah, the movie's still going. Uh. Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to the Star Wars Batman Show. My name's Mike, and today we'll be reviewing The Nun. Now, The Nun's a movie that just came out this weekend. I had to see it with my girlfriend and a couple of her friends. I kind of like the Conjuring movies. The first two were good, and the Annabelle was kind of but there was a chance that this was gonna be a good time. So I kind of go into it. I figured there was gonna be a lot of jump scares just because that's just how these movies are. But I also kind of wanted something a little bit more meatier. Because they had the nun in The Conjuring too, and she was kind of a cool character. So I wanted to see what they do with her. But it kind of suffers from the same thing the first Annabelle did. It was just kind of shit, kind of shit. Not that bad, but it's all the same. You know, eh. But it's probably the worst thing about it was just how boring it was. Because as you're going through the movie, you get jump scare after jump scare after jump scare, and it's just the novelty of it gets off, wears off after a while. So you're sitting there, and the rest of the movie is just like no like plot to it. There's not a really good plot going on. Because like the whole thing about it is like an investigation into this abbey because a nun like hung herself, and like the Vatican, deemed like supernatural activity was going there. So like, we need you to go over there and figure out what's going on. And the priest is like, yes, sir. Takes this nun in training, and they go down there, to try and figure out what's going on and what's haunting the place. But but like that story's not really interesting. So all you're left with is just the amount of jump scares, and it gets boring after a while. Really boring. Like boring to the point where I was nodding off a few times. I was just like, oh yeah, there's still more movie to go. I looked at my phone a couple of times and was like, oh, 2 hours has gone by. We still have a whole climax left. Oh my god. But it's just uh like I said, it's not even like that bad. It's just so boring. But anyway, so like as they go through this plot of the haunting of the abbey, and you kind of learn more about the abbey, how it's like related to some castle that was meant to be for like satanic rituals or something like that, and the church kind of went in and took over, and the whole point was to protect this unspeakable evil from getting out into the world. So like they kind of like fortified themselves and barricaded themselves into the place, you know. And so like as you're kind of learning that, it's like, okay, so what? Clearly it didn't work if you have this fucking demon running around. And it's like I said, it's the same demon from The Conjuring too. So you kind of already know it doesn't work. They kind of failed. The movie's already like, there's kind of no suspense in that already. Spoilers if you haven't seen The Conjuring 2, but get on that if you're watching this. Why are you watching this? So, as I go through this movie, they kind of have the typical, plot of most movies of these types, um, but without any intrigue behind it. Yeah, but like a couple of like the actors did fine. I'll have to say that actors did fine. The actor who played the priest and the nun in training, and even they haven't even have this kid named Frenchie or whatever. Like he did fine. So it's like, all right, well at least I'm not watching like dog shit go on. The dialogue they're saying is really terrible, but at least they're not doing too bad. But like I said, this is since there's so little plot, just watching like jump scare after jump scare after jump scare fly at you, it's like, I get it, I get it. Let's come on, let's get to the point. And you know what? What's even worse about this movie is like they take this character from The Conjuring 2. You know, cool. Like I said, cool character. They somehow make her less scary than before, just because of how much she is on screen. Because it's like you'll have like this character walking down the hallway, and she's walking down the hallway, but then she'll turn towards the camera, and we'll see something behind her. And it's like, ooh. It's like they do that every fucking time. They're down a dark hallway. It's just like you can see this little robed figure in the back. You're like, ooh, it's the nun. And then they have like a couple of scenes like from the like if you watch the trailer, you know, there was a scene where it's like she turns around, you know, holds the lamp up, and there's like a nun behind her. It's just like, hello, and then she gets jumped from like the side. They have that scene in there, and I'm like, okay, but then they kind of do nothing with it on top of what they did in the trailer. So I'm like, well, what the fuck? Why'd you show that in the trailer? Honestly, but it was just it was so boring. Like I have so there's like I'm sure there's a few things I could talk about. Like the CGI was okay. You know the directing was noticeably worse. But that's just because it's different directors. Since like you have James Wan, who I think he's super underrated when it comes to horror directors. You know, because not a lot of people like thought before The Conjuring, I should say, he was super underrated because not a lot of people talked about him. But excuse me, and you know, you can tell like he's just like he's perfected his craft as far as like horror movies go. You know, so then you have like I don't even know the director's name. It's like Colin something or other. I don't even know. It's like Colin something. So like then you have him come in and you have him direct it. And you have him do a couple of things that like James Wan does all the time. But like you can tell it's like noticeably worse. Like noticeably different. And it's like it's nothing on him. It's just, you know, it just feels different. It's like you can tell it's different. And he's like not the same, you know, tier of director that, you know, James Wan is. You know, like that's kind of nothing on him. Like I said, just James Wan's pretty good, but you know, it's just like oh, that kind of sucks. He's got like shaky cam and stuff like that, and certain scenes just like that really wouldn't be there if James Wan was doing it, or at least not in like the specific scene I'm talking about. You know, but anyway, it was kind of a wash. Honestly, it was like not that good, but it wasn't that bad either. So um, you know, and we had like there was like a group of 13-year-olds sitting in front of us. You know, they were having a good time. So, you know, if you like horror and you don't really care for like, you know, shoddy plots or you know, or if you kind of like jump scares, you know, this will be fine. You know, it's definitely not the worst movie I've ever seen. So, I'm sure you could like kick back and have some laughs. I was kind of laughing at some of the stuff, not for the right reasons, of course, but you know, it's all right. You know, it wasn't that bad. It was bad, but it's not that bad if you go in with the right mindset. All right, well, I've gone on long enough. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye, guys.